If you need to know how to create maps using Adobe Photoshop, this tutorial is most likely going to help you. So let's get right into it. The first thing would be to launch your Photoshop and open a new file. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to use 4 inches width by 5 inches height and 600 pixels per inch resolution, and go ahead to create the blank canvas. You may know the location, which is going to be an advantage, or you may have a sketch, but if you don't have any of these, you can get the location via Google Map to guide you on which directions the roads point to and which landmarks you may need to present in your work. So let's say you have one of these in place. What we are going to use principally is going to be the curvature pen tool. So you have that by right clicking on the pen tool and choose curvature pen tool. Then you head to the options panel, make sure it's set to shape instead of path, and then there should not be any fill color or fill gradient whatsoever. So you set the fill to blank or empty, and then what we are going to use mainly is going to be the stroke. So I would prefer to go with a darker stroke color. You click on the color button here and choose, let's say, any dark color at all, and then you check that the stroke options is set to usually the first one, which is the straight line, because our roads are going to be straight lines. And then you can set the caps to the middle one to give rounded edges to the tips of the roads that you are going to draw. And then you can drag on the stroke here to set the thickness of the road you are going to draw, right? So for the purpose of the tutorial, I'm going to use 30 pixels. So once all those are set, you make sure your curvature pen tool is selected, and you can click any point on your workspace and start drawing your road. So let's say we have one road going like this. All right. Once the first road, for instance, is drawn, you can hit Control. You see the cursor will change, and then you click any other place on your workspace, and you see that the road is deselected. Now with this road that is drawn, we have a shape layer made for it. So you can make sure the shape layer is selected. Once that is done, you can drag on the stroke to increase the thickness of what you just drew or reduce it. All right, so once that is done, you can deselect this layer and then draw another road, right? So to do this, you can hit on the move tool and hit anywhere on your canvas, and you see that the layer is deselected. Then go back to the curvature pen tool and start drawing another road. So let's say there is some form of a junction over here. Once you are done drawing, you hit Control and click anywhere, and the road is deactivated, and a second layer is made for that. So you can hit Move to release the layer, and then hit curvature pen tool again to draw another road. You can as well change the thickness of any of them. You can change the thickness of the stroke before even drawing any road at all. All right, so once all your roads are done, or yes, at this point you can start importing your landmarks. So let's say, for instance, there is supposed to be a home somewhere. You can import the PNG, get it anywhere online, and then put it at where it is supposed to be. So let's say you've done a number of roads and you need to add some things like overheads, roundabouts, or other things like that. You can use the ellipse tool to draw let's say something to be presented as roundabouts. So this, for instance, I would prefer to set a color in there, and then let's say I hit Ctrl J to duplicate that ellipse and reduce the size and change the color of it to, let's say, something like white, at least to get some balance over there. So this to represent a roundabout. And so basically it's going to be about shapes, and it is going to be about the curvature pen tool to draw your lines. And then once those are done, you can go ahead to add the text, which is the names of the various locations. It may require some time to make it accurate, which is very okay. If this tutorial helps you, I hope to be bringing more tutorials, and so you can subscribe, leave a comment if you don't understand anything, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial.